How long has he had the verruca?
Oh, quite a few months. It's one of those horrible ones that just seems to get bigger and bigger.
And has he been using anything on it?
Well, he's tried a few things, but nothing seems to work.
Oh. Has he tried using this? It's very strong. You put some on every day and then rub it with the file that comes in the box.
I'm not sure it's much different from anything he's been using before, actually.
Well, my son had one just the same. Use this until the verruca gets a bit smaller, and then make an appointment with your doctor to have cryo treatment, you know, where they freeze it off. And in the meantime, has he got one of these to wear for PE? Most schools insist on it these days.
No, he hasn't. Thanks, that's good advice. I'll take both.
Right, you are.
This isn't the first time it's happened. She's always jumping in, and it's always when a customer comes to me for advice. She doesn't do it with the older shop assistants, so why me?
I try to help out the younger ones because often they haven't got a clue when it comes to advising customers. But when you've been a mum and a grandma like I have, seen it all, really.
I know these products. I've done exactly the same training courses as Christine, and I'm just as able to talk to the customers, but she always finds a reason to step in.
I think the customers feel safer talking to someone who's a bit older because they know you've seen a bit of life. Nothing shocks you.
At the end of the day, customers don't mind who they talk to as long as they're friendly and polite and know what they're talking about.
And as I say, I try to help out the younger ones when I can see they're struggling. And I think they appreciate it. At least I hope they do.
If it carries on, then I'm going to be looking for a job somewhere else.
This is a really typical scene that happens in businesses across the country. The older person makes a series of assumptions about the younger person, their ability to do the job, their knowledge about the products. The younger person's clearly feeling disengaged, and that has a big impact on the business because that young person isn't going to stay in a place they don't feel valued, they don't feel engaged, and they're going to have to replace them, they're going to have to retrain somebody, and that's going to have a negative impact on their business.
We have a clear case of bullying here. Christine is undermining Rani in front of other people, one of the most obvious and common forms of bullying. What makes this perhaps even more serious is there's an age element to it. We can see from what Rani says afterwards and what Christine says afterwards that one of the reasons in which she's behaving as she is towards Rani relates to Rani's age, and that is age discrimination. She's bullying her by reason of her age. And I think another interesting issue that arises from that is Christine's perception that customers prefer dealing with an older person who may understand their concerns better. That may or may not be true, but even if it is true, it's not a ground to discriminate. Pandering to customer prejudice is not a justification for discrimination, just as pandering to racist or sexist customers equally would not be acceptable and would amount to discrimination.
Christine?
Yep.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you about.
Oh, yeah?
It's when you stepped in earlier and took over while I was in the middle of serving that customer.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's just that we've both had exactly the same training on the products we're selling, and I need the chance to stand on my own 2 feet when it comes to advising customers.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rani. I was just trying to be helpful. Some of these mums like to talk to someone with experience, don't they?
Yeah, look, if you think there's something I could do better, then please come to me afterwards and talk me through it.
Well, I really was only trying to help, and I just wanted to make sure the customer got the right product.
I know, Christine, and I'm grateful for the advice you've given me.
You are?
Yes. Look, if we do it this way, then I can learn to talk to customers and you can still help me improve the way I do it.
Well, I suppose that does make sense.
That's great. Thanks, Christine.